Borodah, how are we? I see there's been no improvement in the weather for days now, so I'm sure there'll be a few of us desperate to do something this morning. So already had a message from Cedric and Val. Cooey, how are you? So I'm excited because I've moved the room round a bit. So we've got a different sort of area, and I'm hoping you can see me better. Otherwise, I'm hoping you're all feeling well, hoping you're feeling not too fed up with the weather. And if you are, don't worry, because it's going to get better. So I think around lunchtime it's going to clear up. Fred, the weatherman here. Now, just see if you can make sure you've got a nice bit of space around you, okay? What I've got today is I wanted to put a little bit of rotation in. So I've got one of our cushions because I haven't got a medicine ball or a football or the sort of thing we normally use. So I've gone for a cushion. You can go for nothing. If you've got something you think is suitable, you can use that instead. So I'm going to put my cushion here. I've also got my trusty chair. And I am going to put some sit to stands in. But if you don't have a chair that's suitable or the room, then we can just do normal squats instead. But I will be doing sit to stands. Last but not least, we've got the tins. Some of you may have bought lightweights by now. This lockdown's going on. So without much further ado, let's get warming up. So we're going to just take those feet hip width apart. We're just going to stand nice and tall, and we're going to start with lengthening the spine. Now, while you lengthen your spine, I'm coming in close to have a good old look, but I'm also just going to check this. All right. Yeah, that looks beautiful, everyone. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to start with that little shoulder squeeze up, and we're just going to slide those shoulders down. Good. So we're just going to gently squeeze up. And as we let the shoulders relax down, I want you to focus on your breath out. So we do tend to hold our breath a little bit. So let's get used to just breathing out through the mouth quite definitely. So we'll do one more little shoulder squeeze. One more shoulder squeeze. Focus on not holding our breath. And as we let those shoulders slide down, we're going to breathe out and just gently, gently draw in here. Not 100%, about 30%. And then we're going to walk on the spot. I'm just going to move my chair out of the way. I still feel slightly odd in this space. Now, we're going to just pick one foot up at a time. Place it down quite gently. And on this floor, I've got to be really careful. Otherwise, all you'll hear is banging. So it's quite good for me. Imagine you're walking on cloud. And then we're going to see if we can take the feet a little bit wider. We're going to come back to hip width apart. And then we're just going to take those feet nice and steady. We're just going to take some little knee bends, really little ones. You can see if I do it from the side, it's nothing major. We're just gently, gently sort of almost taking the knees off lock and straightening them. And as we do that, we're going to just take a nice little roll of these shoulders up to the ears and back down, up and down. Let's take one more roll of those shoulders. Just move the feet out ever so slightly. Stand nice and tall. Draw that tummy button in gently. Let's warm up that lower back. Good. So we're just lifting your rib cage up and out of those hips. And ideally, we have those feet sort of somewhere between 12 and 1 o'clock on that clock face. Well, this foot's going to be 11 o'clock rather than sort of out at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock. So see if you can get those feet just somewhere around parallel or slightly outturned. And then we're going to bring it all the way up. We're just going to move those feet a little bit, and then we're going to settle them down again. Now we're going to see if we can take those arms underneath the chest. We're going to take the shoulders up to the ears. We're going to roll those shoulders down away from the ears. Remember those headlights on the hip bones. Let's take that little twisting movement. And then if you find it a bit awkward here, we can always take the hands into this little prayer position. I quite like that. And then we can really slide the shoulder blades down the back towards the bottom. So for now, we're keeping these hips stable, really nice and still. So imagine of berry dew okay, in sand. And then we're just going to let these arms relax. Now watch out for the person next to you. This isn't a competition to see how far you can get those arms out to the side, but we're bringing a little bit of hip rotation as well, okay? Good stuff. So we'll need to warm this up if we're going to do our little our version of a Russian twist. Brilliant. So we're just letting those shoulders relax. You're letting that opposite heel come away from the floor, and then we're going to bring it back and we're going to walk it out. So let's get a little bit of arm movement into this. Let's start to get that heart rate coming up a little bit. So we just want that heart to beat a little bit faster. So if we were going to talk about that scale of 1 to 2 of effort, I don't want you at 10 yet. Actually, I don't want you at 10 at any point. But we want you somewhere around 3 or 4. You're not lying on the sofa at 1 or 2. So, but you're moving, but it's not at that sort of, not at the main workout point yet. So when we get to our main workout, on that scale of how hard we're working, we should feel somewhere between about 5 and a 7. Okay? Now, at the moment, we're just 3 or 4. Let's just bring these feet down. Let's see if we can take that little heel-toe action. I've got my arms out to the side for balance, but you can hold onto that chair or the wall or anything you've got that's steady. Now, we're going to change feet. Brilliant. And we're just going to talk about what you also need for the session. If you've got some water with you, great. If not, we'll have a little break halfway through and it'll be a chance for you to nip to the kitchen and get some. So we're just going to keep walking it out. Now let's steady the feet. Let's take those little squeezes with those bottom muscles. So what I'm going to get you to do is just allow those arms to hang down by the side. Some of you may be able to place them there, because what we're going to do is just make sure we're squeezing those bottoms. Try not to stick that tummy out as the leg comes backwards. So draw in here and little squeezes. Then we're going to take that tap a little bit further. Little bit further. Let's get back in your view a bit more. Little bit further. So we're really opening out those hips, but it's all quite gentle at the moment. Okay, open out those hips. Superb. Now, let's take the opposite where we're going to lift the knees up in front of us. So we're still holding on to that really good strong trunk. Oh, where did that come from? I'm really tempted to turn the camera angle because basically what I've done is just shoved all furniture, dogs, children to that end of the room. It's like a chaos, but I'm hoping it looks tidy-ish here. Now, we're going to bring these feet down. We're going to take a step to the side. We're going to bring this foot across. So we've got quite a few sideward stepping movements in our main circuit. So we're going to practice it slowly and strongly. And we're just going to make sure the space around us is safe. Let's see if we can take 2. So we're going to take 1, 2. So if there's 2 of you working together, make sure you're going the same way. Or get one person in front of the other. So I'll warn you when the sideward movement's coming. Brilliant. Now, let's see if we can add a chest press with that side step. Good. So it's nice and controlled, and we're just pushing away from the chest. We're going to just do a couple more. Let's bring it back to that start position, and let's take that little pedal. So ball of the foot through to the heel. We're going to roll the shoulders, and then we're going to take those circles with the elbows. Brilliant. So this is a good point now. We're about 7 minutes in. How are you feeling? Remember, if you start to feel not that great at this point, if you feel all dizzy and well, you shouldn't be exercising and don't carry on with this. So it's a really good point just to think, am I feeling better for this movement or am I not? Now let's see if we can just gently push the arms forwards, and we're just going to reach from the shoulders. So keep drawing that tummy button in. Just tuck that bottom in a little bit if you tend to stick it out. And we're just going to reach with those arms. And then we're going to bring it down. Now, while we're walking on the spot, let's just take the arms out to the side gently. Bring it down. Good. So as the arms come out to the side, draw those shoulder blades down the back towards the bottom. And then we're going to take it all the way just as far as you feel comfortable, no higher than shoulder width. So we're going to take one more of those. Then we're going to bring the arms in. Now we're going to take the arms just to shoulder level in front of you. So I'll show you from this angle. Just to shoulder level. And down. Good. And then we're going to see with one arm if we can take it just a little bit higher. Draw that shoulder blade down the back. Let's see the same on the other side. Good. Now, let's just take those taps out to the side. We're going to tap out and in. We're going to tap and in. Now, what we're going to try and do as we do this is we're just going to gently open out that chest. So this is someone you sort of think you ought to hug, but you don't really want to. So it's just a sort of little... Now we're going to see someone you'd really like to hug. Obviously, no one's allowed to hug anyone unless you're in the household or bubbled up or I think. Who knows? Just don't hug anyone. All right, now, so just pretend you're about to. And then we're just going to take those arms out, draw those shoulder blades together, and one more, and we're going to bring it in. Let's just roll those shoulders, give those arms a little shake. Give them a little shake. Now, let's see if we can take that little knee bend, bringing the heel behind you. And remember, if this is the first time of watching this video, what we always say is this movement doesn't suit everyone. So if you do have slight problems or big problems with the knees, you might have to just take a toe tap. You may have to build up to this movement gently, or you may decide to do something else entirely, and that's okay. Now, we're going to see if we can pulse behind. 3, 2, 1. Good work, everyone. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to slide this foot backwards, press the heel of the back foot to the floor, bring it up and in. I'm going to show you the other foot at a different angle. We're going to take that foot behind you, press the heel down to the floor, bring it in, and we're going to bring it up. Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to reach up. We're going to drop that hand, give yourself a pat on the bands on the back, and let's do the same on the other side. Keep that chest lifted. Let's try that again. So what we're doing here is almost a dynamic stretch. We're stretching on the move. So this is a really nice way of taking you to full range before your exercise session. At the end, we'll just hold it a little bit longer and bring it down. Good work, guys. Now let's just see if we can open out that chest, bring those arms in. We're going to step out this way. We're going to open out that chest. So this time you are allowed to give us a hug. So we're just drawing those shoulder blades together. Brilliant. Give us a hug. And bring it in. Brilliant. And shake it out again. Good stuff. So what we'll do now, I'm just going to show you from this angle. You don't have to move. We're going to just take that little heel tap out. We're going to bring it in. We're going to take that little heel tap out. Hinge at the hips. Bring it in. So we're going to do this twice more on each side. It's almost a sort of little taking you to your full range, but not holding it for more than a couple of seconds. Let's do that again and bring it in. Brilliant. We're going to do it one more time. Bring it in, and then we're going to go back to that little hamstring curl. Good. Now this time we're going to add that pulsing movement. We're going to go 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, bring it down, guys. Let's get into this squat position. Now, if you've got your chair, some of you might like to start from a seated position. Take yourself into that front half of the chair. We're going to take some little hovers. Little hovers. We're just pushing a fraction off the chair and just practicing. Do about 5, have a little rest, do another 5. If we haven't got the chair, we're going to go the other way. Little mini squats. So we're just coming down and up. Let me show you little mini squats. Try not, I like to do that. Try not to arch that back. Sit down into those heels. Keep that chest lifted. Mini squats. Let's walk it out, guys. Whew. Gets me every time. Gets me every time. So keep an eye on that breathing. We're going to do one more little practice. This time we can increase the range. So if we're standing, you might like to drop a little bit further. Hold on to that technique though. Strong core, little bit further, bring it up. Keep that chest lifted. Now on the way up, squeeze these bottom muscles. If we're using the chair, we're just going to see if we can come maybe a little bit further, maybe all the way. Now when we do our section with the chair, let's walk it out now. If we're doing sit to stand, what I'd like us to do is to make sure that chair is secure, hopefully against the wall, so it's not going to slide backwards if we hit it heavily. Okay? Right then, everybody. We're going to do a minute's walking before we get started. So if you need anything, if you need a comfort break, don't run. Just go, all right? I might make it a minute and a half. I'm going to give us some music. Shout to me if it's too loud, she says. Shout to me if it doesn't come on, is the other thing she says. And we're going to keep walking on the spot. So we're going to walk, and we're going to wait for everyone to come back from the toilet or the kitchen, or from getting their chair or their light dumbbells. Now, let's start with this. You've got 30 seconds, and then, see, you think I do no preparation? It's right there. Okay. We've got a forward tap or a kick to start. We've got 10 seconds. All right. 3, 2, 1. We're going to tap. Or toes, or you can kick. Good. Now we're in the main section, so you can add a bicep curl if you want to work a little bit harder. You can kick. Now we can slow it down. We can do it seated. All right, so if we're seated, remember we want your back away from the chair, sitting nice and tall. Good. And of course, we can just do the legs. So you've got a number of ways to make it a little bit less challenging on the cardiovascular system, which basically means you're not going to breathe quite so hard. You've got a number of ways to make it harder. You go faster, you use your arms and legs together, you increase your range of movement. Oh, we're on a recovery. Walk it out. So remember, you don't have to use that recovery if you don't want to. Now, we're going to walk on the spot. We're going to make it a little bit faster. And this is just your go-to if there's something that doesn't suit you. Just walk on the spot, keep your feet moving. You can punch on the spot and walk if you like, but this is your go-to. So if anything doesn't suit, just walk it out. Great, guys. Walk it out. Let's see if we can punch a bit, shall we? Let's punch. Brilliant. And if you're getting too out of breath, leave the punches out. Keep walking on the spot. You can lift your knees a little bit higher. You can walk however you like. 3, 2, 1. Let's recover. Now, I'm going to go for that little Russian twist. So I'm going to get my cushion. Okay, here it is. Now I'm going to hold it here. Nice right angle at the body. I'm going to set my core. I'm going to soften those knees. And I'm going to take that cushion side to side. Good. Now you can use nothing. So remember, we sometimes are stood against the wall and we're just tapping the wall with the ball. So what we want to make sure we're doing is really tucking that bottom under, drawing this tummy button in, side to side. Good. Draw that tummy button in. We're working these muscles in the trunk. Some of them are responsible for rotation, okay? Some of them are responsible for being stable. Good. So we're just working those core muscles. Couple more, and walk it out, guys. Don't leave your cushion on the floor, you may trip on it. What's coming next? Side steps. So make sure you know which way you're both going if there's two of you. And we're going to step. So remember, we can make those steps a little bit bigger to make it harder. We can make them smaller. We can make them faster. Or we can slow it down. Now, let's see if we can bring some arms in. Now, remember, if you've got someone with you, you may have to take a push and a pull. Otherwise, you may not be speaking for the rest of the day. Good. I think we'll do a push and a pull. Chest press and draw those elbows back. Good. That's fantastic, guys. Remember, you don't have to go flat out. We've got 5 seconds left on this one. 3, 2, 1. And you've got your recovery 10 seconds. So you've got 50 seconds of work, 10 seconds, keep your feet moving. What's next? Backward lunge. So little taps behind us. So this is what it looks like. Again, strong core. We can just do legs, or we can bring that forward raise in as well. It can be a smaller range. Good. Or it can be a nice full range, dynamic movement. Joanne James, if you're watching this, you might need to take those steps a little bit smaller. She likes to overdo it. Okay. Brilliant, guys. 3, 3, 3, 2, 1. We're going to walk it out. Now, squats or sit to stand coming up. So I'm going to give you a little bit of extra time to get into position. If you're doing the squats, you can start now. So make sure you can feel the feet on the back of the chair. Heels remain down all the time. See if you can come and just tap, push into those heels, squeeze through that bottom. Good. Now, you get gold points, double points if you don't actually properly sit down. If you hover, tap the chair, come all the way up. Good. Tap and keep those heels in contact with the floor. Don't worry if you're not comfortable doing this. Start in the chair and push into those heels. Drive up. Good. Drive up. We're using the thigh muscles. We're using the glutes. Good. And if you haven't got the chair, that's okay. Just keep an eye on that technique. Brilliant, guys. One more. Down, up, walk it out. Okay. Everyone all right there? Okay. Right. Now, knee lifts next. Good. So strong core. That's good. All right. Now, we can add some rotation again. Okay. Here he comes. And we can add a bicep curl if the rotation doesn't suit you. Brilliant work, guys. Now, just keep those knees lifting in front of those hips. Ooh. Good. Now, she says, coming next after this is the side tap. It's all right. I thought I was going to get jumped on by the dog, but he decided it's not interesting enough and he's gone to the other sofa. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Okay, side tap. So, strong base. Slightly soft knees with heels down, out and in. Good. Now, you've got a choice with this. We can go faster and whatever arms you like, or we can make it a little bit slower and we're going to do quite a strong movement with these arms. Now just draw the shoulder blades down the back, draw the shoulders away from the ears because we are going to open and close. Good. So it's a little bit of chest as we sort of close, upper back as we open. I really like this movement. I picked it up from a video that we were watching a couple of weeks ago. Good. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, last one. Let's walk it out. Whew. You can really feel the work in your upper body without any resistance at all. Now, talking about my body, you might need your Tims. We should have done this at the outset. Now, keep the feet gently moving. We're going to come out, down. We're going to just make sure those palms are facing you. We're going to come forwards, down. Now, upright row. Good, and down. So, out, down. Forwards, down. Squeeze, down. Out, down. Forwards, down. Squeeze. I'm going to show you from a different angle. Out, down. Forwards, down. Squeeze. So we're working the shoulders. Working the shoulders again. Shoulders, biceps, upper back muscles. Shoulders. Shoulders, but just the forward part of it. And back of the shoulders, upper back. Good. Out. Lovely. Have a rest if you need it. Good. Try and keep those feet moving. One more set of each. Good work, guys. And squeeze. Whew. Stick the Tims down. Keep your feet moving. Whew. Shake the arms out. All right. Hamstring curl. We are cooking on gas, my friends. Can't believe how quickly this is going today. Now, as if that last little bit wasn't enough, we're just going to get some little pulsing movements. Watch that you're not arching your back as you do this. So really think about drawing here, drawing up. It's the time to bring in a little bit of pelvic floor, ladies and gentlemen. Zip it up. Good. Good. Really draw those lower abdominals. Fantastic. All right. I've forgotten what time we started on, but it doesn't matter. We've got about 10 seconds left of this. Good. Keep up the good work, guys. And remember, we can always go back to that walking. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. All right. Now, what have we got next? Double side step. So decide which way you're going first. 1, 2, back, 2. Good. Now find your rhythm. I think we need to wash those windows. Oh yes. They're filthy. Not yours, mine. Not yours, mine. I would imagine for the first time in a number of years, the majority of windows all over the world are cleaner than normal. Or have we all given up now? Brilliant. Okay, good work, guys. Remember, you can take the arms out. You can slow it down. You can make the steps bigger, smaller, up to you. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Now, while we get this recovery, you need something to hold on to. I'm going to hold on to the Welsh dresser. Okay, side leg lifts. Now, what we're going to do for the first session, we're just going to do 30 seconds on each side. Now, focus on really pushing this supporting heel into the floor and keeping this trunk steady. All right, there'll be a reason because we've got an increasing difficulty levels on the next stage. Good. So we need to really push this supporting leg down into the floor, out and in. Not overdoing it on how high you go. Good. Focus on keeping this long, strong core. Good. And also we can use our balancing muscles Soften the supporting knee ever so slightly, but keep that heel glued to the floor. Brilliant, guys. Last one. Bring it in. Woo! So, you've got a minute recovery. Okay, I'll give you 90 seconds. No more. But we're going to keep walking. So those of you that don't want to recover, just have a little boogie around. And the rest of us can have a quick drink. And back. All right, we've got a minute to go, I think. Somewhere around there. So keep those feet moving. Keep thinking about how you feel now. Did anything feel uncomfortable? There is a little chat, sort of a live chat, that you can actually ask me questions on. I can't guarantee to see it in the main section, but I will see it in the little breaks. So if you do want to ask me anything, now's the time. Or do email me afterwards. You could call me, but with the phone I've got, I might get the message in about 2 weeks if it decides to kick in. So email is the best way of getting in touch at the moment. All right, guys, are we ready? We are going to go up the list this time. So we're going to start with the side leg lifts. I'm going to show you something. If you want to make it a bit harder, now you might still need a bit of support. So there it is. What we can do is a little squat and push that supporting leg into the floor, side leg lift. Squat, side leg lift. Now notice I'm using my support just in case. I want a quality movement. Good. If you're not comfortable with that, we'll just do 30 seconds on each leg again. All right, are we ready? 3, 2, 1. So if we're doing the more challenging version, we're taking a squat, leg out to the side. Use those arms for balance. Brilliant. So really keep that strong core. Or we're taking a few seconds on this leg, and then we're going to take a few seconds on the other leg. Good. Keep pushing that supporting leg into the floor. Good. Now, if we're changing legs on just a single side left, do it now. Brilliant. And remember, it looks like this if we're doing the squat as well. You can do squat and into the same leg, or you can do squat and into alternate leg. Really good for those balance skills here, guys. It's actually really challenging. I'm having to use the chair. Doesn't say huge amounts for me. And walk it out, guys. Ooh, that was good. Actually, I fared better than I thought I would. We practiced it over breakfast this morning. It was chaos. Now, what have we got now? Double side step. Are we ready? Now, are we going to add the window wash? Or did we find we got a bit out of breath last time? Good. So just find your pace. And let's see what we can do with it. That's good. So these arms coming up over the head really make the heart work harder. So if you are finding that breathing's coming a little bit faster and you don't like it, just take the arms a bit lower. Good. Take the arms a bit lower. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recovery, walk it out. Hamstring curl coming next. About to kick that chair. Are we ready? Good. Now remember, this isn't for everyone, so just choose something that you enjoy, something repetitive, something that's going to keep that heart rate nice and steady. Brilliant. So we've got the option of doing it, arms and legs. We've got the option of just doing small legs. Okay, the little tap. We've got the option of just doing hamstring curls or heel raises. You've got so much that you can do, guys. It's having the confidence to think, I'm moving. I'm doing what I need to be doing. Good work. Okay, we got 5 more seconds. No, we've got 10 seconds. Good work. the arm resistance movements. So if you're using your tins, if you're not using your tins, we're going to just relax the shoulders, lift the chest, keep the feet moving out and down. Forwards and down, then elbow squeeze, upright row. Good, draw those shoulder blades together from a different angle. Out and down, good. Forwards, strong core guys, strong core, squeeze. Good, and down. Nice and controlled. So that way down, as important as the way up. Good. Oh, fantastic. I can see strong trunks. I can see strong cores throughout. North cardigan, south cardigan. And squeeze. Okay, one more set. Good, keep those shoulders and upper backs nice and strong. Squeeze, and just put those tins down safely. Keep a nice strong back. Walk it out. So we got the side tap. So depending how those shoulders feel after that, pick the movement with your arms, but we're going to keep those little soft knees, bottom in, strong core. Good, so we can take that movement if you like. You can take this movement if you like. You can make it faster if you like. So individualize this workout for you guys. Good. All right. This is looking really good. Fantastic. So we're just really concentrating on drawing those shoulder blades together, opening out that chest. 3, 2, 1. Walk it out. Just let those arms, have a shake of the arms while we recover. And we're going to go into the knee lifts. Good. So you can play around with this knee lift. If we want to work harder cardiovascularly, we can add that bicep curl. We can add that drawing in of the tummy button, that zipping up, pubic bone to the tummy button. Imagine you're doing up a tight pair of jeans, elbows here, and we can just gently bring that rib cage towards the opposite knee, but we're still nice and tall. We're not leaning forwards. Good. Really working those core muscles. Slightly easier version here. Keep that chest lifted. Good. All right. 3, 2, 1. Squats or sit to stand. So I'm going to just find my chair. Make sure I'm evenly placed over it. Let's go. Good. So if I want to make it harder, I've got one of my weights, but I'm making sure my technique doesn't go. So don't let those knees push in or push out. Keep them over that second toe. Good work, guys. Whew. I didn't need the double layer today. I'm perspiring. Good. And come up. Brilliant, guys. Okay. And if you need to have a little rest, just keep your feet moving. Go back to it. So we got 10 seconds left. Let's see if we can get a few more squats. Brilliant. Push into those heels. Keep those heels glued to the floor. Last one. Hold it there. Push it up. Walk it out. Great stuff. Okay, what comes next on the list? Backward lunge. So basically backward taps. We don't really use this as a strength lunging exercise, and we can add the opposite arm movement. So out and in. So we need that strong core. So when we talk about core strength, it's the ability of us to move our arms and legs without having to move the trunk. So we're stabilizing that trunk and then challenging it with these movements. We don't have to do sit-ups to gain a good core strength. We just have to be aware of how we hold ourselves when we're moving, when we're sitting, when we're eating. Good. Lecture over about core strength. All right, recovery time. Now, coming up, there was no need for 2 layers. Sorry, Sam. All right, side steps. Singles this time, but if you feel like doubles at home, just be my guest. All right, so what we're going to add, we're going to add a chest press. If we want to work a little bit harder, we can go faster if we want to work harder. Or we can just find our pace, take the arms out, you've got it. All right. Fantastic. And do you know what? I think it's going to brighten up out there sooner than we thought because of your hard work. Put the effort in, the sun will come. I'm sure there's an old wives' tale about that somewhere. Maybe I may be wrong. Okay, 3, 2, 1, walk it out. Okay, so Russian twist. Now, for those of you who are feeling fruity, you can add that knee lift. I'm just going to secure here and I'm just going to focus on drawing my tummy button in and just tucking that bottom under so that I'm not arching my back when I do this. It's tempting to sort of do that and that can put a bit of strain there. So really draw in here, and don't overdo it on the range, okay? This is going to be great for all those gardeners, actually anyone. It really is. It's sort of movement that we need to hold on to just for everyday activities. Brilliant. Try not to push those arms too far away, but bring that cushion just closer towards you so you're not putting pressure on the upper back. And last one, bring it in. Oh, sorry, Sam. And what have we got next? Forward taps or a kick? Great stuff, guys. So we can take a little reach. Brilliant, guys. You've been amazing today. Amazing, amazing. So enjoyed myself. Great stuff. And we can take both arms if you prefer. This is another really interesting one as far as core strength goes because we're actually using opposite arm, opposite leg. So just keep that chest lifted. You can make it faster if you want to go faster, or we can just take it nice and easy. 15 seconds on this. And then we're going to walk it out for a minute, and then you can have a bit of water. Good. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're going to walk it out. So you can walk forwards. You can walk backwards. Watch out for everything around you. You can walk on the spot. You can walk side to side. Whatever you like. As long as you're lifting those feet off the floor, getting those arms moving. Superb. And don't forget to give your steps to me or Dawn for our Walking Around the World Challenge. We got to Cairo. Was it Cairo? Dawn, was it Cairo? I think so. Brilliant. Okay. We've only got a few seconds left of our walking. Make it worthwhile. Get those arms pumping. Keep that chest lifted. Okay, we can walk even faster, and then we're going to slow it down. Ooh, well done, everybody. I am stopping the circuit clock. We're going to keep the feet moving. Have a sip of water. Have a sip of your weights, and just keep those feet moving. We are going to bring that heart rate back down. So, see what sort of area you've got around you. I'm going to see if I can make a nice big circle. So make sure if you need to nip out, use the facilities, please do. If you need some water, please do, but do keep your feet moving. All right, if we're seated, not quite so drastic, because if you did stop and feel a bit dizzy, you're in a seated position. But we need to get that heart rate back down. Good. Let's make that range bit smaller. We're keeping it really slow. Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay. So hopefully those shoulders feeling a little bit looser than they did at the start. Mine certainly are. And then we're going to bring it in. Let's just take those little squeezes behind us. Little squeezes behind us. And again, just be careful of what's going on here. Okay? So I am definitely one that tends to do that. And if we overarch that back, you might find we don't need ABBA now. Well, we always need a bit of ABBA. Okay, but if we're overarching the back, you might find that you pay for it sort of over the next couple of days. It all depends on how you move, what sort of injuries you have. So just take it nice and easy. Now, what we're going to do this time is start to press that heel towards the floor. So if you have tight calves, or calf muscles, should I say, be really careful with this one. Just find your way with it. That's good. Be really careful. Excellent. And then we're going to take one foot behind us, press the heel of this back foot towards the floor. Keep that nice strong core, and we're breathing out. And then we're going to bring it in. Just move those feet slightly, do the same on the other side. So let me show you from this position. We're going to take this foot behind. You can't really see it. We're going to take that foot behind, press that heel to the floor. Good. And we really want to make sure that that clock face is working for you. So the big toe of the back foot is at 12 and the heel is at 6. That's great. Good. And let's just think about these chest muscles. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the arms in, and I'm going to show you from this angle. We're going to steady the feet, just soften those knees a little bit, and we're just going to open this arm. Now it's lower than the shoulder. Can you see? You can see my shoulder. We're just going to open out that arm, follow it with the hand, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. So we're just going to open that chest. You can watch it. You can actually just keep looking straight ahead, but we're getting a nice stretch for those chest muscles. Now, some of you might want to try opening and just flexing through the palm of that hand gently. It's an odd one. And then we're just going to take one more and bring it in. And then just let those arms, let them become floppy, just let them relax. That's good. Really good. Feel a lot better. All that upper back work is really complemented by stretching out the chest. Now we're going to walk these feet a little bit wider. We're going to see if we can plant those feet down, draw that tummy button in, draw up through that pelvic floor if you can, and breathe out. We're going to breathe in, and we're going to do the same on this side. So breathe in, draw in, breathe out, and breathe in, and breathe out. Good. Let's take a roll of those shoulders. Now let's think about the backs of our thighs now. So decide whether you're going to do this seated or standing. I'll do one seated, one standing. So if I do this standing, we're going to just stand nice and tall, soften the knees a little bit, take that heel onto the floor in front of you. We're going to hinge at the hips, bring that chest towards the straight leg. We're going to breathe out. Now we're going to come out, but we are going to go back into this. So same leg, let's come back into it. We're going to hold it for 10. Good. Breathe out. Really important, this one. And then bring it all the way up. Move those feet. So we're going to do the same on the other leg. I'm going to show you this one seated. So for those of you who are doing this stretch seated, similar, but we're in the front part of that chair. We're going to bring that chest towards that straight leg. Breathe out and come gently up. And then we're going to breathe out again. Good. Keeping that chest. I tend to turn when I'm doing this to look at you, and funny enough, it makes such a difference to the quality of the stretch. So see if you can really keep yourself square on. And then we're going to bring it back up. And again, we're going to move those feet. We're going to move those feet. Let's see if we can take, pull the trousers up. Let's see if we can take these feet a little bit wider. I'm going to see if I can get my toes facing towards 12 o'clock. Let's see if I can face you a little bit more. Now I'm going to turn this one out, and I'm going to sort of bend my knee in line with that big toe, and we're going to get a stretch down this inner thigh. Now, some of you will remember how we increase that stretch. We just gently side bend into the straight leg. And then we're breathing out, of course, breathing in, coming up, turning that foot. Let's do the same on the other side. So what we're looking to do is get a stretch down this inner thigh. Brilliant, guys. And then we're just increasing, if you like, straightening out this leg and then just walking these feet back in. Good work. Good work. So let's finish off with the fronts of these thighs, shall we? And also a little bit of shoulder and tricep. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hold on to something nice and secure. And I'm going to see if I can bend at the knee and get this stretch down the front of the thigh. So if I want to increase that stretch, I can take the back of the trainer or the front of the trainer. Now, notice what we tend to sometimes do. Now, that is sort of just almost cancelling out the stretch. So tuck that bottom under, get that knee pointing down towards the floor. We're going to walk it out. We'll do the same on the other side. Good stuff. So I'm going to hold on to my sofa, and I'm going to do the same on this side. Brilliant. Now, once you've got into position, see if you can refine that position. So hips facing forwards, chest lifted. That's great. Breathing out and bring it back. We're going to just take a little roll of those shoulders. We're going to walk one hand over that shoulder. We're going to gently push that elbow towards the ceiling, and we're going to breathe out. Brilliant. And then we're going to release. Let's just shake it out. Let's move the feet. Let's do the same on the other side. Good. And just, you can tell when it's been a little bit of time between doing this. It's incredible. So really worth just taking the time to do these stretches on warm muscles, okay? It's not worth doing them on cold muscles. That's when we might do ourselves an injury. And then to finish off, I again like to hold on to something for this one. I just want to do a little bit of hip flexor. So if you've got something you can hold on to, please do. We're going to take as if we were going into the calf stretch, but we're looking to stretch this here. We're going to bend this knee, and then we're just going to gently lift the chest and just tuck this bottom under. Okay. And then we're going to, this is where I always think we need the support in coming back to that standing position. So again, it's important not to do it as soon as you start cooling down, because your breath might be coming a little bit too fast to control it. Let's see if I can do it here. So if you want to increase that stretch, try leaning forwards a little bit when you take that foot back. Make sure those feet are hip width apart, and then as you lift that chest, you get a little bit more in that stretch. Keep that bottom tucked in. Good. And this is where I like to have some support coming back up, especially if those legs are tired. Well done, everyone. That was really good fun with you today, but really valuable. So we have worked on your aerobic fitness, your heart and lung fitness. We've done muscle strength and endurance for legs, upper body, and there's also been some sneaky core in there. So well done. We've done flexibility, and there's been a bit of coordination, a bit of speed when we went a little bit faster. So all elements of fitness covered. Well done. And I look forward to seeing you next week. So I shall send you an email out tomorrow letting you know about the classes next week. Thank you very much. Don't forget to drink some water and enjoy that sunshine when it finally comes. Bye.